Just before we start, I would like to make it quite clear just which one of the famous Box family Betty Box is. Her brother Sidney Box is a producer, her sister Muriel Box is a director, and Betty Box is another producer. And with director Rafe Thomas, she's probably best known for the famous Doctor series, in which Dirk Bogarde, Kenneth More, Leslie Phillips, Michael Craig, all that gang have appeared at one time or another. And of course, James Robertson Justice, that fiercely eminent surgeon, Sir Lancelot Spratt.
Up here. It'll be fun twiddling the old knobs again. Oh, by the way, who's the patient?
Lancelot Spratt.
Oh, really? Spratt? Not on your life. He'll go right up the wall.
No, you don't. You've mucked up my marriage for me. You're not going to muck this up, too.
Yes, but he'll recognize me.
Patient's on his way up, Doctor.
Put your mask on and keep it on.
Take this, my man. Who sent this ruddy pram down to me? You, sister?
Well, it is customary, Sir Lancelot.
I know. And £5 extra on the bill. I know these tricks, and I'm quite capable of walking, thank you. Unless you're an insanitary-looking lot. Gives me blood poisoning just to look at you. Those things sharp?
Oh, yes, Sir Lancelot. We had them all specially rubbed up on the front doorstep, and there's a hammer and chisel in the sterilizer in case it's needed.
My stomach is no laughing matter, Doctor.
Yes, I think Lady Spratt would agree, sir.
Now, you nurses. I don't want any swabs or odds and ends left floating around inside me. One swab and you're all for the Old Bailey, so remember.
Well, Sir Lancelot, shall I start carving? Otherwise the plates will get cold.
Where's Dr. Hare? Dr. Hare? He's in the theatre. Already?
Never mind, we'll wait.
Take your hands off me, woman. You're supposed to be sterile. Now, here. When I come round, if I ever do, I don't want any of this nonsense about sips of glucose and smarmy talk. There's a bottle of Heidsieg on ice in my room, and I expect it to be there when I wake up.
That's very kind of you, sir.
For me. And here, don't forget, it's my appendix. I don't want to be handed my tonsils in a jar with the apologies of a matron. Well, when are we going to start this mammoth production? Where's the anaesthetist?
I'm right here, Sir Lancelot.
Gassed any rabbits lately? What's your name?
McGregor?
Another ruddy Scotsman. Well, I don't need any examination. My heart's as sound as a bell.
Oh, good, good. Ooh, good.
Just pump the stuff into me and keep on pumping until I'm sewn up.
Aye.
And if I start turning blue, you'll hear from me.
I ken what you mean, Sir Lancelot. You can have the utmost confidence in me.
Well, get on, man. You're not drilling for uranium.
Ugh.
Prick me, don't skewer me. I'm not a shish kebab.
I'm terribly sorry, Sir Lancelot.
I know you. I kicked you out of the theatre at St. Swithin's. What the devil's going on here? If you think I'm going to let myself be messed about by some oaf who doesn't know the difference between sewer gas and nitrous oxide, you're jolly well...
Well, that, of course, was a scene from Doctor in Love, the fourth in the Doctor series. Well, Betty, don't you think perhaps you've just about milked this subject?
No, we are getting another one ready now, and judging from the number of letters we get from people asking us for another, we don't think so. It's a challenge.
Yes, I mean, the milking is getting a little harder, but it obviously is necessary because all the reruns of the Doctors, and every time anyone has a vacant date, they seem to play one, they still do pretty near capacity business, and that's all over the world. So we feel that although we've done it before and it isn't as fresh for us, it still makes splendid entertainment. We want to make some more.
Can you ever see an end to this series? Or would you bring it to an end yourselves, or will you just go on making them until...
Doctor in a bath chair, Doctor in the coffin, or there are limitless possibilities.
Doctor up the wall.
Yes. As the difference between producer and director is normally quite clearly defined, but in your long partnership, how much do your jobs overlap? Betty?
Well, I can tell you that, as far as I'm concerned, Rafe does all his work and half of mine, which I think is a jolly good arrangement for me anyway.
Yeah, I'm sure you're maligning her, so what do you say, Rafe?
I think that she does at least half of my work. No, I think we do it very much. I think our work is very, very integrated. We've made a lot of pictures together now. We don't have time for the normal arguments. We don't need them anymore.
No, but to what extent do you have sort of arguments? I mean, after all, you're directing pictures. Presumably Betty doesn't come on and interfere with that.
Well, she doesn't come on and interfere at all, but she comes in and gives a lot of very valuable suggestions. And nearly always pleased to have them. Not always. If I happen to have got it absolutely set,
No,
she arrives at the last minute.
There is another small thing when we're working in foreign countries. There are some countries where they don't quite understand a woman producer.
Mm-hmm.
And then Rafe steps in and does the jobs with the various ministries and things, which he would do much better in those cases than I can.
As I say, you do think there are limitations in being a woman?
No, this really isn't exactly right. This I have to do sometimes, because in places like India and Italy, they've only emancipated women in certain ways. But in those countries, as well as producing, we've always had to split our units into two when we've been shooting big, difficult action sequences. And Betty has always directed one of the units and done it beautifully.
Well, you're associated so much with comedy, both of you, and the Doctor's films in particular. Do you really prefer comedy to anything else?
No, the one thing about comedy is that it's easy to judge when you're successful. You hear people laughing, you know it's worked. It isn't so easy to judge other films. But Rafe, I think, is a wonderful director of suspense pictures, and we're looking for some of those stories now.
Yes.
Because you've been working together for 11 years. Now, I know that when you made The Clouded Yellow, which was your first film, and that was a thriller, not a comedy, that financially speaking, all your eggs were in one basket. Were there any anxious moments?
Yes, there were very anxious moments. Rafe was directing a very big location film, and I was dealing with the commercial side of it, the financing of the film. And there was one very nasty moment when we had union trouble. We could have had a strike on our hands. And in those days the unions weren't quite as tricky as they are now, but it was a very nasty moment, and luckily our unit saved the day for us.
Well, I think we better see a little bit of this. It's a thriller with a pretty complicated plot, and I'm not even going to attempt to give you the background to it, but like all good thrillers, it's got a cracking good chase scene at the end of it.
There she is, let's get her. No, wait. There's your man. Come on, quick. Can you lift me up there?
Gene Simmons, Trevor Howard and Barry Jones in The Clouded Yellow. Well, Rafe, as far as I know, you've only made one other thriller, The 39 Steps. Why?
Well, mainly because they're frightfully difficult to find, fresh thrillers. We like to make thrillers very much. We have scripted several, and we actually haven't put them into production.
Sorry, I don't quite get this. You've scripted them, so why can't you make them?
Well, one of the problems is that after buying a story, it may take 6 months, 12 months to script, and in that time, very often, a film has come over from America or Japan or somewhere.
Oh, so that kills your
Yes,
idea?
it may have a similar idea. Or
Yeah. The other universal subject, romance, you've only really done once in The Wind Cannot Read, which starred Yoko Tani and Dirk Bogarde. Now, why don't you like romance in films?
yes,
Very
we love
much.
it.
And we have made other romantic films.
Oh, I'm wrong, am I?
Oh, yes. The present one we're making, just finished, is a romantic comedy.
Yes.
No, My Darling Daughter, and we did make a picture called A Day to Remember a long time ago, which was highly romantic.
Yes, another thing, looking at the titles of the films that you've made together, for instance, Tale of Two Cities, 39 Steps, Campbell's Kingdom, now nearly all of them were taken from books, best-selling books. Now, don't you like to take a chance with original screenplays?
We have, you know, we've had several original screenplays written for us. Again, we haven't been able to make them yet for various reasons. And yes, well, I think there's a big chance for original screenplays. Yes.
But why do you think it is that sort of generally speaking you haven't? I mean, is it merely that you're able to see more in a book because it's a sort of whole, an entity?
I think that's one of the reasons a play or a book has proved itself, obviously, before one goes into the enormous expense of filming it, and tell to a certain extent what sort of public likes it. I think that's one of the reasons.
Yes, and I think an original screenplay, you need to have an enormous original feeling about the subject itself. It's something that the people who are going to make the film should really generate. It's a very much more, it's obviously the perfect means of telling a screen story, an original screenplay. They're the most difficult ones to find or do.
Well, one of your most popular films was Conspiracy of Hearts. Well, this is about nuns in wartime Italy smuggling Jewish children out of a concentration camp, right under the very nose of the German commandant.
And an original screenplay.
Colonel Horston, would you like to see our chapel before you go? It's very old and quite beautiful.
No, thank you. Not this time. What is this, please?
Oh, this is a child's dress.
How does it come to be here?
We collect them, Colonel.
Why? For whom?
For children.
What children?
For children who need them.
Madame, may I see this truck of yours that suffered a breakdown?
It's merely an ancient truck, Colonel, which we use in our work. You're welcome to see it, Colonel. This way, please.
Thank you.
The Soul is about to depart from the battery. There's very little life left in it.
Perhaps it wants water.
Oh, no. It had water to distraction. Here we have a problem of science. Get me a spanner, quickly.
Reverend Mother, you have brought us guests.
Silence, you angels. Not a sound, you cherubim.
Where are you taking the truck?
Down the hill, Colonel. Our garage is down the hill.
Perhaps it'll start now.
What have you done to it?
Nothing. But sometimes just looking at the engine and talking to it gives a new confidence. Excuse me.
Bless you, sister. Colonel, the Germans are noted for their mechanical skill. Perhaps you could restore our truck to life?
I'm not an engineer. But if you want to start it, why don't you push it? There are enough of you here to move a tank.
Push it, of course. Why, sisters, let us push!
Hadn't you better stay at the wheel to steer?
To steer?
Yes.
Oh, of course. How intelligent. Push, sisters, push! Harder, sisters. Push much harder. With more devotion.
What is in here?
Melons. Not yet ripe, either.
You will have to unload them anyway. You might as well do it here.
We store them in the root cellar, which is down the hill between the garage and the barn.
Very well. Excuse me. Have you released the handbrake?
The handbrake?
Yes.
Oh, you Germans, you Germans. Once more, sisters, push.
Thank you, Colonel. Without your help, we could never have finished our work.
No.
Lily Palmer, Meggs Jenkins, Albert Leven and Ronald Lewis. Well, there are many comic touches in this film, but basically it's a very serious and moving subject. Not necessarily box office, surely.
No, we were very worried about that ourselves. We wanted to make it very much. And for that reason, we did arrange to make what could be considered a pot boiler to pay for it if necessary.
Ah, so you do admit to pot boilers then?
Well, perhaps it's the wrong word to use. Perhaps I should say films...
Have you used it?
I used it, yes, but what I really meant was a film that we ourselves felt very certain would be safe at the box office, and we didn't feel certain about Conspiracy of Hearts.
But what actually happened? I mean, in fact, it was a successful film, wasn't it?
Yes, it was, I think, a very successful film. It was seen all over the world. It translated into lots of languages, and it worked very well everywhere, and we wanted to make it terribly, but we didn't make it with the thought that it would necessarily be so. We did want to tell the story. We thought it was important to tell it, and we made it very much to please ourselves, which is a luxury we don't very often permit ourselves.
Was it made in a real convent?
No, it was made in a monastery.
Sure, this presented certain problems, didn't it?
Well, we had the most wonderful cooperation from the monks in this monastery, which is the second oldest monastery in Italy and is, for that reason, open to tourists. And we had one really rather funny experience happen. We were given by the monks 2 little cells to use for the nuns to change their clothes. And
you mean
to
the
make
actresses?
The actresses, yes. And on this occasion, quite early one bright summer's morning, Sylvia Sims, who played the novice, was standing with me in this cell, and she was wearing her coif and rather brief underwear, and was doing her makeup, when a monk who obviously didn't know about this brought round a party of American tourists. And of course he opened the door and saw us standing there, and a look of horror came over his face, and I honestly think that somewhere in the middle west of America there are tourists wandering around wondering what does happen in Italian monasteries.
Well, I think they think they know what goes on. Betty, in most professions the way through is quite clearly defined. You study and take examinations, and if you're good enough at it you become whatever it is you set out to be. But in the film industry there's no set pattern to follow if you want to be a producer or a director, so this means that there are very many people working in films who don't really like the jobs they're doing and who would really rather be doing something else. Now, are you a frustrated anything, a frustrated writer or a frustrated actress?
No, I don't think there are many people doing jobs they don't like in film studios, because I think it's such an exciting business making films. I don't quite agree with you there. No, I'm not a frustrated actress. In fact, I think I'm jolly lucky not to be an actress. Because
what about you, Red?
Oh, I could never be an actor. I think it's terribly lonely because...
No, but did you ever want to be anything else?
No, I always wanted to direct films. I started as a clapper boy, well, between 25 and 30 years ago, and I've done almost everything technically that one can do.
Well, of all the films you two have made, I think the one I really enjoyed most was No Love for Johnnie. Another book, by the way. Now, No Love for Johnnie is a film about Johnnie Byrne, a ruthlessly ambitious politician whose private life is in a mess.
Alice?
I'm in
the bathroom.
What a mess.
Didn't expect you today.
I managed to get away. I couldn't stand all that palaver and handshaking.
And they gave you a big enough majority, didn't they? Isn't it worth a few handshakes to you? You're good at it.
You going out?
Yes. It's a meeting of the welfare subcommittee. It may go on. You'll find some tins and things in the kitchen, I think.
Oh, that takes care of my welfare.
Well, you didn't say you were coming.
I'd probably turn in early.
Your bed's made up in your room.
You don't seem very glad to see me.
Sorry. I can't quite think why I should be.
And I can't quite remember when you were.
Oh, Johnny. Don't let's start on that.
The return of the conqueror. Not a rose petal on the floor, just a sardine in the cupboard.
And I've run out of rose petals and forgot to order any more.
Alice, any messages, phone or anything?
I'm from Downing Street.
Yes.
No. What do you expect? Prime Minister's chosen all the right-wing ministers he could.
Well, all the names are not out yet. There may be something. Something small.
I've told you. Told you again, you should take a stand against them. You could be leading the left now if you hadn't lick-spittled around hoping for a job.
I'm not a lick-spittle. I'm what you'd call a fascist hyena.
I can't stop now, Johnny, but I want to talk to you sometime.
No, real words. We've been using sign language for as long as I can remember.
Words don't mean much to you anymore, do they?
I live by them.
Well, truth doesn't, then. I shan't disturb you coming in.
I'm sure you would.
Mr. Byrne. Yes. I'm Gregson, BBC. We're getting some material for tonight's edition of Day to Day. I think you've been on it before.
Yes, sir.
May we have a word from you? Mr. Byrne, you've increased your majority at Ernley, I think.
Yes, I managed to.
How do you feel about that?
Well, I'm very grateful to all of the people who worked for the cause and made it possible.
Mr. Byrne, I think it's rather generally expected that the Prime Minister would include you in his government. Would you care to comment on that?
Well, the Prime Minister's chosen the team that he felt he needed for the programme, and it's up to the rest of us to support that team. And personal feelings are unimportant.
Thank you, Mr. Byrne, and welcome back to Westminster.
Rosalie Crutchley and Peter Finch in No Love for Johnnie. Very unusual subject. What made you pick that one?
I thought it was an awfully good book, and we liked the character very much. It was an exciting story to tell, and it was against a background which is fairly rare in the contemporary cinema. We liked it. We found it very exciting. Again, it's one we didn't think was necessarily
going to be box office. It wasn't really box office, though, was it?
Not as much as we hoped in this country, but worldwide it's doing much, much more than we thought it would. We rather imagined it was for this country only, and we've been proved wrong.
When you say it has sort of gone overseas, does this mean that it's sort of showing in the artier cinemas and therefore only reaching a comparatively small public?
No, not on the continent. It's been bought for America, and we don't know yet quite how it will be handled there.
No.
But we've been paid quite a lot of money, so we're sure it'll be shown in a lot of cinemas.
It's when you're sort of constant search for new subjects, have you ever been pipped at the post? I mean by that, have you ever lost a story that you were dying to get hold of and then somebody else has bought it?
Have we, Ray?
Well, we have, yes. There's a book called The Midwich Cuckoos, which I liked, which was bought and was made by someone else. It was a good film subject. I wanted to make it very much.
I didn't like it. And now every time we go anywhere abroad where it's showing, Rafe says, look how well that's doing. It's taking a fortune in Montevideo.
It's been rerun in Scunthorpe. We should have made it.
Never mind, I made it up to you.
Yes, with the next book by the same author, John Wyndham, The Trouble with Lichen, which is going to have a different title, Betty has bought and is already scripted, and I think it's very exciting.
These are both sort of science fiction, aren't they?
Well,
really?
No, this last one really isn't science fiction. It's something that could awfully easily happen tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's a very exciting story, and it'll do better than Village of the Damned.
Yes, I think in Montevideo they'd
Village
love
of the
it.
Damned because of the title the filmmakers gave
Yes.
the Midwich Cuckoos.
Yes.
Yeah. Now your latest film is another comedy, No, My Darling Daughter. Now, is this anything like the Doctor films?
Not at all. It's a much more romantic comedy, and it has much more story. as you know, the Doctors don't have a great deal of plot. This one has. I think it has much more feminine charm in it. It has Juliet Mills playing her first screen role, and splendid she is.
Yes.
Well, what's it about, Ray?
Well, I think it's a story that will certainly appeal to any girl who's romantic and wants to run away, or any young man who wants to run away with a girl, or any father or mother who has a girl who might possibly run away. I think it's great fun. I think it's very topical, and we enjoyed making it very much.
Yes?
Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Wow. It's not unlucky, is it?
It could be.
Tansy, I know we're not on speaking terms and all that, but, well, since Cornelius doesn't know anybody over here, Dad wants me to be his best man.
What's that got to do with it?
Well, nothing really, except that the best man is supposed to kiss the bride, and if we're not on speaking terms, it makes it a bit difficult, doesn't it?
Would you excuse me, Miss Timberlake, just for 5 minutes?
Thanks, Tansy. Look, I know you're furious with me, and I'm sorry that I upset you so much, but I had to get you back somehow, you know.
Oh, yes. All Daddy had to say was, "Fetch her, boy," and you were off like a dog after a rabbit.
It had nothing to do with your father. He didn't send me.
Didn't he?
No.
Oh. Then it was your idea.
Yes, entirely.
Oh. But why? What business was it of yours?
Oh, hell, Tansy, the muddles you get into, somebody's got to look after you.
I was perfectly well looked after until you butted in.
Tansy, you know jolly well you can't go roaming round the country, dossing down in a tent with all and sundry.
What's wrong with camping? Boy Scouts and Girl Guides do it.
Yes, little birds in the trees do it, even Pekingese do it, but that's no reason for you to jump on the bandwagon.
Thomas, you don't think that Cornelius...
What, after a couple of weeks up the glens and over the moors and 2 nights in that tent?
There wasn't room in the tent.
Ha!
And anyway, Cornelius slept outside. Really, you are a square.
I'm a square.
Yes. I expected Daddy to think the worst, because old people always do harp on sex. But they're the ones who are obsessed by it, not us. If we've got any ideas about it, they're the ones who've given them to us.
Well, I must admit that if I'd been on that camping party, I'd have had a few ideas about you, Tansy. I'm rather surprised that Cornelius didn't have them, too.
How do you mean, Thomas?
I'll show you. Bad for a square, huh? Goodbye, Tansy.
Thomas, I hate you. I absolutely hate you.
Michael Craig, Juliet Mills, Michael Redgrave, Roger Livesey, and Red Fulton. That's an impressive list. Well, who knows, perhaps in 20 years' time we'll all be trooping in to see a festival of Doctor films.